Hello, it is I, your senpai. It is the last day of the year. So, what I will do is I already have a video more on the end of the year. I'm going to talk about what I want to do next year with my channel and what you can kind of expect from me, I guess. So, I think I am going to be keeping vlogs, and I will probably wind up having a specific topic for them because these feel sort of aimless. There's like never really like anything going on, or there hasn't been. So the vlogs will probably wind up having a topic, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and that's just again because I tend to ramble on and like just like this, and it's like super aimless even though I have notes. Anyway, another thing I want to do over the next year at least is pick up reading again, because I have so many books and I'm always telling people, I love reading, I love reading, I love reading. But like, I don't read. I haven't picked up a book since like, maybe I picked one up last year. I guess I did read some of Howl's Moving Castle, but like I never finished them. And that's really my goal, is to pick up a book and finish it. So what I'm gonna try and do is do one book per month, and I failed that last year. I didn't even pick up the book. So what I'm going to do this year is kind of a book club type thing. So if you are interested in reading along with me, let's read together. That'll be fun. And then like at the end of the month, I'll have like a book report on the book I read, what I thought about it, what it was about, that kind of thing. I'm not very smart and I'm not good at picking up like deeper meanings, so it'll just kind of be what I pick up front. So don't yell at me. So, because I probably will not be announcing it, I'll probably announce it in the book report type thing, like at the end of the month, but I think because there's no the book of the or end of the month thing for the book report, what I'm going to start reading is Anne of Green Gables, and yeah, we're gonna try that and see how that goes. I just went through my bookshelf and picked out the things that I knew I hadn't touched yet. There's a lot. I wound up picking out 12 books that I hadn't touched, and that is so sad. There's like some that I'd wanted to grab at the end of the year, and like I'll buy those for this next year, and that's what I'll read, whatever I have left over. But I didn't have anything left over, so maybe next year I'll do that as like a prize for finishing the book that I read. Another thing that'll be happening every 17th of the month will be animatics, and we are still working on those right now. They're a little bit slow going. Like this one is probably going to be the longest one, and it's more because I'm telling more of a story than the other ones are, and I had more action in them, and I think they even have more action in them than the Halloween ones did. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy those. I think they're going to be a lot of fun to make. But yeah, so that's another thing that's coming up. And then finally, I have a comic that's going up tomorrow on a separate Tumblr. I thought about making an Instagram for it, but because it's old-fashioned comic and not like webcomic, it's like a page, and it doesn't Sai as well on Instagram. So I think for now it's just going to be on Tumblr, and I'll link that Tumblr down in the description. As more pages come out, I will be linking them, page 2, page 3, like on the previous pages. It'll hopefully channel. Is that what I want? Is that the word I want? It'll work like a webcomic where it'll be you navigate to page 1 or you can navigate to the next page or whatever. This Saturday I will have a Spooky Saturday coming out. Yeah. And I think I have one more that I can do. There's a topic that I found out about like 2 days ago or something, and it's covered nowhere. It was covered in one place on YouTube that I could find it. There's a Wikipedia page about it, but there's like hardly anything about it. And I think before I get into that, I'd want to do some more in-depth research, or I'd basically just be remaking that video, and I don't want to do that. So I want to get more detail on that before I go into that video. But like, I was so excited when I had heard it, and I was surprised that nobody else had covered it before, and I was just, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life, and nobody's talking about it. It has been a hectic year, and it has not gone at all like I originally planned when I first started this year. And I think like a lot of people, I'm guilty of giving things up as soon as they don't work out at the beginning of the year. So like, I was trying to eat 3 meals a day, I was trying to exercise daily, even if that meant just like taking a walk. I couldn't do it. There were so many things that I failed to do. I couldn't keep the bullet journal like at all. I think I went through March and then I like didn't really fill it out much anymore, and I was like writing down all these things I wanted to do per week for my YouTube, and that wasn't working out at all. Like the Fractured Fridays, I got cold feet on because there's a part that I'm completely dreading. I could probably re-record it, but that was so much reading, and a lot of the reading from that novel is so confusing. And it doesn't read well. Like, I have to make several passes and be like, what the heck does this say? What are you trying to say? Does the inflection go here? And I'm just having so much trouble reading it. Ow! But so there's things like that where I like never wound up finishing. I wanted to do like Thursday things, like crafty things on Thursday. I never wound up doing those because my sewing machine took a dump and has been out, ow, for a while, and because it's kind of old, I don't think they're in circulation anymore, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I really, really want to go back to Jerome next year sometime. I want to go back and investigate again. I wish we could investigate the hotel, but they're not doing that anymore. Because now there's like regular people that sleep there. Like, how dare you come to a haunted town and sleep here? But like, that's one thing I definitely want to do. I'd love to visit another ghost town here, whether it's like Tombstone or Bisbee, or there's someplace else that was like super haunted, and I was like, oh yeah, oh, Wickenburg. There's something up there like the Vulture Mines. Vulture Mines? Something like that. There's some mines up north. But I'd like to go back to Jerome, and I would like to go somewhere new this year that we haven't gone, and I would almost like to take my family to the Grand Canyon too, because they've never been, but I have. And it's like, people are like, you've lived here for how long and you haven't gone to the Grand Canyon? Like, that's a big cliff and I'm scared of heights. But yeah, I went there in like 2013, 2014. A few years back with a couple of friends. And it was like, it was super nice. it took like maybe 4 hours to get up there, and we were all just talking, and it was really fun. And then we went and hiked around a little bit, and then we were like, yeah, it's a long walk down, let's go back up. So we wound up going back up, but it was just so pretty, like the whole thing was so pretty. And then we went back home. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a fun little day trip, and I think we could probably do more places like that. Like we went to Prescott for the first time this year. Again, it's like, it was like as far away as Jerome, and I had never been in my whole life. I had no idea where Prescott even was. And there's lots of things like that. Like there's places that I definitely have not been before, and I want to go and explore a little more. Maybe eventually, after I'm done with that checklist, start going maybe out of state, see what's in New Mexico, go to some friends' old stomping grounds, and I know it was like super haunted over there. I want to go check that out. There are a lot of things that I want to do next year. So another thing that I was thinking about maybe doing with the channel is how I am making my comics. And I don't think I'll do it with Candle Heart just because it's so old. It was like 2 or 3 years ago that I made the comic, and it was like, it's so old, the style is so old. There's anatomy that I don't even know how to fix because it was so bad. And oof. And it was just like, so I probably won't do it with that one. I'm fixing it up as best as I can, but best as I can is not awesome. So I'm redoing that best as I can. It probably won't be for that one. It might be for one of the other comics that I plan on doing this year. I do plan on doing a few, but we'll see how it goes first. I think I might make the other ones in webcomic form. I'm hoping next year to do some more like zero waste, do-it-yourself stuff with Sami Zusama. She is kind of working on some stuff for her channel again, so maybe this year we can actually work together and do some collabs. Now that she's much closer to where I live, I think it'll be easier to access each other's houses and be like, okay, let's do this video real quick. I still do want to do the gaming channel with Ellie, but I think it'll be less on a schedule as we're figuring things out, because this last couple months has been like hectic for both of us, and we haven't really had time to record or edit or anything, so I really want to do that, but it probably will be a hot minute before we get anything up there. And there are individual games that I want to do, but I have to record them. Like I think I said that already. I tried to put a game up here on this channel, and when I went back to edit the footage finally, like it was frozen. Like it didn't record at all what it was supposed to, and the whole first part was like unusable. And so I want to go back and definitely do that game again, and hopefully this time it won't suck. But hopefully I can get that recorded this time, and I want to find more games that are multiplayer that I can get permissions to use for. And it seems like there's still an issue with that. Like I think I was reading that like they'll put videos up, like the game makers give you permission to use the game on YouTube specifically, or online specifically. Okay, you hear that too. I was like, again. So they give you permission, but then other people have had problems. They're like, yeah, we had permission to use this, but they took this down because of the music. I would figure that the whole, game is included in that. But whatever. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out later. Ow! Hey, you woman, watch where you're scratching. definitely want to do games this year, but that will be. I'll keep you updated on that as that comes out. So I guess I can talk about this. This is my goal for at least the comics. Tomorrow, January 1st, 2020, Candleheart should be out. As far as I know, I queued it right, so it should be, the first page should be out on the 1st, and it'll keep going every Wednesday until it's done. And there's not very much of that, so. And then June 1st, 2020, I plan on releasing the second comic, and I think I'll do some promos and stuff for that before it's out. I kind of accidentally started working on some when I was just doing, like, not really concept art, but like, I wanted to know what the characters looked like in color, so I was drawing them out and coloring them. They're not anywhere on my Tumblr because I figured that's eventually what I could use them for, is promos. Because I was also playing around with the font? I don't know what to call it. I was messing around with the title and how that might look on like a front page or something. So I was like messing with that, and they all wound up having that on there, so they all have sort of become like a promo anyway. So I think that's what I'll do, and as that gets closer, we'll have promos for that. I have 7 projects that I'm working on this year, which includes Candleheart. So once that's done, that day that I work on that will become a rest day, which I've never planned for in my whole life, which, knowing me, I definitely should have, because I will not otherwise, or I will work tirelessly until I burn out. Tirelessly until I burn out. I will work myself to death, and then I'll stop, and then I'll be sad, and it just gets bad. So I've given myself a rest day, and honestly, the comic shouldn't take that long to do. It takes me like an hour, 2 hours to resketch the comic and then send it over to my colorist, and from then on, it doesn't take her that long to color it either, so it should be really, really quick getting those finished, and it's just uploading them to the Tumblr. That will seem to take a long time. But anyway, the animatics will come out every 17th of the month, but because they are so art heavy, it will take longer to do them. So that'll be a project that's kind of ongoing for the rest of the year. We'll see how those turn out and how you guys like those and which you like more than others and stuff like that. I have one story that's kind of old, but like keeps coming back to haunt me, and I think that I need to start working on that a bit more, because I think this story is really going to help just me personally, because it kind of deals with some things that I've been dealing with, and I just really relate to the main character a lot more than I thought I ever would, because definitely that is not how I planned it. It wound up just turning out that way, and I think I kind of need him in the world, and maybe other people need him in the world too. I definitely want to work on my video game this year too, the one that I was inspired by with Jerome. I've been working with it a little bit, thought that I had taken some notes on it, and was like, where are they? They weren't on my phone, they weren't on the computer, and I was just like, they weren't written down, where are these notes? I found them under a really stupid title, and I can't tell you how upset I am at myself for that. It was under a really dumb title, so I wound up combining the notes and finding out some interesting things that I had forgotten that I've added, which includes like ages of the characters, and I think a couple other like personality quirks and stuff that I hadn't included before. The other comic that will be coming out the 1st of June is one that I'm going to be working on. And of course, Fractured is one that I want to continue working on. I kind of ghosted the novel in a year, and I will get back on track with those. But these last couple months have been hectic, and I actually I picked up the novel like 3 3, 4. It was like it was a few days ago that I looked at it and I was like, ooh. And it was like I Frankenstein to the end of the original to the new part, and it did almost get me to my word count that I originally wanted, but it was written so poorly and it felt like I was just talking to talk, like to get words out, and it really, really, really shows, and it's not. So it's one that I definitely want to work on, and I think works as a comic, and will probably work better as a comic, I think. Ow! As soon as I get that, ow, don't bite! Hey, not okay. Once you get that, or once I get that, Persephone. Once I get that initial comic done, I might be able to keep just going from there once I plan out the comic. But we'll see, because I've never done anything on this sort of scale before. Even Candle Heart isn't that big. The other comic that I want to do is not that big. It's like, I'm not planning it for it to be really long. Like, it could keep going on if people wanted more, but like for now I'm not planning on it going like a super, super long time like Fractured is going to. So I think, yeah, that's it. So that's it for the things that I'm planning for next year, and I'd say that's it, and I've been talking for like 25 minutes. So yeah, there's going to be a lot that I want to get done next year, and like I said in the video, the thank you video, I'm really looking forward to walking into this next year with all of you and with all of these ideas, and I hope that this will be a great year for all of us, and I'm so, so excited. Alright, Perky. So, Happy New Year's, guys, and yeah. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!